Are we live? Welcome to another rendition of Just My Opinion podcast. It's your host and your moderator. I'm Krista Don One. I really do appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, sharing this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers to get this podcast, particularly in YouTube, lit. Recommend this podcast so we can get it up there in the YouTube algorithm so this podcast can be recommended as well as the videos and live streams. I want to make an apology. I do apologize that I haven't been live streaming on this channel, but I have been live streaming on my other channels, which is Rebrand, Reborn. I'm Krista Don One Live. Go subscribe to that channel, as well as I'm Krista Don One, my original channel, the OG channel. Subscribe and enjoy. You will not be disappointed. All the links are going to be in the description below. So go check out all the various platforms I find myself into. All right, but without further ado, let's get into today's topic. I know you guys were waiting in anticipation about this topic, and to be truthful about you guys, I heard about this topic on TYT Sports. That's a YouTube channel. Go check that out. My homeboy Rick, he really holds it down on that channel. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Cool. All right. So go check out their channel as well. But I was going to do a video on it about a couple of weeks back, particularly when Stephen A. Smith created his own YouTube channel called No Mercy. It paraphrases from the video, the song that's the theme song to Undisputed, by the way, which that song was created by Lil Wayne, called No Mercy, No Mercy. I anticipate, I read the bait, Undisputed. It kind of paraphrased with that video, that song, the theme song to Undisputed. But after I watched TYT talk about this in a video about the possibility of Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless reuniting, and it feels so good, I wanted to do my own research. I, Googled a lot of articles. I read a lot of articles. I checked out a lot of videos. So this is going to be a long live stream. So if you're not into long live streams, you might want to bypass this live stream. But I got a lot of information where the possibility of Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless getting back together again is about 90% realistic. Now, it really this will really be official if there's a couple of barriers along the way where it won't happen. Maybe ESPN, when Stephen A. Smith's contract is up, maybe they'll just give him some more money, some more control, do a lot of things Stephen A. Smith wants to do. That's a possibility on the horizon when Stephen A. Smith's contract is up. And the same could be said for Skip Bayless. But I do feel like if you look at sports journalism, being an influencer on sports, a lot of these networks are shifting their focus. I say about 10 years ago, a lot of these networks would purge each other's best talent. ESPN will purge from Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 will purge off of ESPN. Every once in a while, NBC Sports will purge off of either one of those platforms. The CBS Sports, the list goes on and on and on. And that was like 10 years ago. You get, in order for you to be the number one network, you purge the best talent. Now more than ever, you don't have to be a journalist or have a journalist degree to, be popular or get the most views, get the most subscribers. You can just come right off the street. And if you create a lot of buzz for yourself, and a lot of people notice it on social media, these big networks will come crawling to come get you. Now, why I said all that? The reason why I say all that is sports journalism has simply changed. You don't have to get the best writer, the best journalist, the best author, the best commentator. You can just get someone that creates a lot of buzz. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are like that. And B, you don't have to spend a lot to get those type of personalities. There are a lot of ex-jocks that are shifting into sports journalism. There's a lot of examples. That's another farm system where a lot of journalists, a lot of these networks go to. And I got some examples. Ryan Clark is slowly becoming a great commentator, a great analyst for ESPN, not only for the NFL, but also for Major League Baseball, basketball, boxing. Okay. Jalen Rose, who, rise into the ESPN arc. That's another good selection. Kendrick Perkins, despite what you feel about Kendrick Perkins is slowly but surely being recognized more so for what his analyst takes than him actually playing basketball. And believe it or not, I want to say this because I get a sneaking suspicion a lot of people are going to say this. Let me move this up a little further. I'm going to say this because a lot of other people are going to probably say this. I feel like Kendrick Perkins can be the next Charles Barkley for ESPN. And despite how you feel about him, I don't, he's not a big fan of mine. He does say a lot of outrageous takes, but he does create buzz around him. Okay. So you got a lot of ex-jocks that are slowly becoming the it guys, okay, as well as Fox Sports 1. Sometimes it's, ESPN and Fox back in the day was experimenting. I remember on Monday Night Football, they thought ABC Sports thought it was a good idea to have a comedian part of the Monday Night Football team. Now, it's sort of, the first couple of years, it was a success. But then after that, people kind of grew tired of it because a lot of people were in the mindset of you should get the best of the best as far as broadcasters to do a prestigious show like Monday Night Football. And, ABC Sports just, got rid of that idea, but got rid of that comedian. I forgot the comedian's name. I do apologize. But it was few and far between somebody from the outside coming in was able to do that. All right. So now more than ever, you're getting you're getting personalities from all walks of life. As long as they have hot takes, they create buzz, they create controversies, and soft controversies, not anything critical or crucial. But if they got a good take and they're a firm believer of their take, and they can either be one side of the fence, extremely popular, or the most hated analyst on whatever network. A lot of these big time networks are not searching in the press room for their next Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless. A lot of these big time networks are not going into their own farm system of former like local sports reporters from local networks. Now they are expanding their horizons, sort of say, and they're getting a lot of these personalities from all walks of life. You don't have to be dominant in sports entertainment to get a job at ESPN and Fox Sports 1. So you're probably wondering, why am I saying all this? And the reason why I'm saying all this, networks like Fox Sports 1 and ESPN, that you know, they don't they're let me rephrase this. Networks like big time networks like Fox Sports 1 and ESPN, they're going a non-traditional route to get the best commentary, and the commentary market is oversaturated. You got a lot of extremely great sports analysts, sports personalities, sports commentators. You know, you got a large selection, and it's so oversaturated. It's not rare no more like it was 10, 20 years ago. Now more than ever, ESPN and Fox is saying, hey, we don't necessarily have to overpay and overspend to get to get Stephen A. Smith. We don't have to overpay and overspend to get Skip Bayless. So I feel like a lot of these networks are focusing more on, look, it's so talented out there. We could just get somebody and put them on these popular shows, and we won't miss a beat, or have them appear on our networks, and we won't miss a beat. Okay, so here comes where Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless will probably reunite. And I remember doing a lot of videos and a lot of live streams telling you guys, don't be surprised if is my mic on? Testing 1 2. Hold on. Testing 1 2. There we go. So my whole thing of it is Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, there's a possibility where they can reunite and partner up, but they're going to do it on their own terms, and they're going to go pretty much the independent route. All right. Now, when I mean the independent route, they're going to probably unite and have their own YouTube channel or their own website. Now, a lot of people have went away from network television or joining a big time network, and they're creating their own YouTube channels. Most recently, Marcellus Wiley left Fox Sports 1. He was with ESPN. When his contract was up with Fox Sports 1, he could have easily went back to ESPN, or easily go back to Fox Sports 1 at a reduced role, and yes, a reduced pay. Marcellus Wiley took a chance on himself, started his own YouTube channel, and now he's doing his own thing on the independent route. Jason Whitlock was another one of those guys. I remember doing a video and a live stream on Jason Whitlock going independent, stepping away from Fox Sports 1. I mean, he's been on both sides of the plexiglass. He's been over there at the Worldwide Leader of Sports. He's at ESPN. The ESPN, and at that time, ESPN was hellified strict. Okay, they're a little looser, but they're still hellified strict. All right. So when he went to Fox Sports 1, the money was good, but when his contract was up, Fox Sports 1 sort of lowballed him, saying, hey, we would love to have you back. And this was new management at the time. We'd love to have you back, but not at the price you was when you got here. So Jason Whitlock went on his own separate way, went on his own and went independent. And when you look at those two, as well as a slew of other sports TV personalities, they're now utilizing social media and creating their own brand and doing their own thing by starting their own platforms, either through their websites, either through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. They're exercising their popularity on social media to create their own path, create their own journey, and create their own thing, where it's not going to be fully controlled by a major network. Now, Stephen A. Smith created a channel on YouTube, and he has a show on YouTube, and Skip Bayless already has a YouTube channel on they call it the Skip Bayless Show, as well as Shannon Sharp, as well as a slew of other people. And a lot of people are utilizing their social media dominance to become independent. So there is a possibility that it's not a high possibility, but it's a high enough possibility you will see Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless reunite again and debate each other once again. It is must-see television. All right. Now, ESPN tried a second time around to get Skip Bayless back, and they threw out all the bells and whistles. They was gonna give him a ton of money. They're also going to have their show premiere on ESPN Plus. They was going to be featured on every major sport event. But the caveat was Skip Bayless will have to leave California to either go to New York or Bristol, Connecticut. And that was a huge turnoff for Skip Bayless. Plus, Fox Sports 1 gave him more money to just stay at Fox Sports 1. And this possibility of them reuniting could have happened on ESPN terms. Now, when Skip Bayless' contract is up, and I believe Skip Bayless' contract is he's got like another 3 years. And I think Stephen A. Smith's contract should be up in the next couple of years. So let's just say hypothetically, Stephen A. Smith's contract is up in 2 years, and Skip Bayless' contract will be up in 3 years. There's a strong possibility that Stephen A. Smith could ride out his contract, and at the end of the 2 years, probably negotiate with ESPN to see what he wants to do moving forward, but also play his cards and wait long enough to see what Skip Bayless is going to do. Now, I feel like there's several factors why I believe Skip Bayless is going to leave Fox Sports 1. One of the big reasons is, I feel like the dynamic between him and Shannon Sharp is dwindling. I mean, they're more cordial now. They have a better working relationship now. But there was a moment in time, even Skip Bayless was questioning whether or not this was going to work. And Shannon Sharp even admitted it on a recent podcast and said he wasn't going to just leave Fox Sports 1 because of a few rough months with Shannon with Stephen A. Smith. Now, these few rough months pretty much ended where these guys were arguing one another about the Daryl Hamill incident. Shannon Sharp went as far as just not showing up, pretty much, striking at Skip Bayless. Now they're on better terms now, but they were not on better terms. I say a month ago, 2 months ago, and it had to take the executives over there at Fox Sports 1 to try to mend fences with these two guys. And Fox Sports 1, from what I read, really didn't take a side in the matter of, they didn't take Shannon Sharp's side. They didn't take Skip's side. They sort of remained neutral. And from what I'm reading, Skip Bayless, even though he was cordial about it, it kind of, uh, it kind of, rubbed him the wrong way, sort of say, where, I came to Fox Sports One before I came to Fox Sports One. Fox Sports One was only doing dog shows and rodeos, and when I came aboard, we got the buzz back at Fox Sports One. And then all this other stuff came when I came to Fox Sports One. So a lot of people feel like Skip Bayless felt a little betrayed because, Fox Sports One was just the executives over there at Fox Sports One was neutral towards Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Now, there's a flip side to this coin. The people who hired Skip Bayless no longer work for Fox Sports One. This is a completely new regime, okay? But even this new regime knows how important Skip Bayless is to Fox Sports One, because when it was time for him to renew his contract, they gave Skip Bayless everything he wanted. Plus, he got more money. He got more money with Fox Sports One than the ESPN offer, where possibly Steven he could have reunited back with Skip with Shannon Sharpe. Excuse me. Stephen A. Smith. When you got a lot of names in your head, you kind of get tripped up. So I do apologize. All right. But there was a possibility. Hold on one second. But there was a possibility where this could have happened over there at ESPN, but ESPN did not want to divvy out that much money, and ESPN wasn't going to be that desperate where, they probably could have made it work. Maybe Skip Bayless will be appearing in a couple of shows in studio, and then the majority of them he's doing a simulcast at his California home. Plus, Ernestine loves the California lifestyle. I told you guys and explained to you guys that in a video as well as the live stream. It was more of Ernestine didn't want to uproot and go back to Bristol, Connecticut or New York, and she prefers to stay in California than the money, even though Fox Sports One offered more money. And Skip Bayless chose the Fox Sports One contract because, one, he didn't have to move anywhere, and two, they offered him more money. Now, he would have given ESPN time to see if they can match that offer or do better on that offer, where it became a bidding war. I feel like ESPN would have came up with a couple of more M's if that's what it's going to take to land Skip Bayless back to ESPN. But sometimes if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And they feel like, look, we'll just let Skip Bayless go back to Fox Sports One, and we'll try this again when his contract is up again. Now, there's a lot of articles that is suggesting that Fox Sports One is not too fond, not too kind of Skip Bayless, because of the incident with Shannon Sharpe, because of his incidents with he clashed with other personalities and moderators on his show. They're not I'm not saying they're so unhappy with Skip Bayless. They are, just they're mad at him. They're just unhappy with Skip Bayless in the recent individual events that he had with where he clashed with other personalities other than Shannon Sharpe. Now, Shannon Sharpe, a lot of people say this. Look, Shannon Sharpe is a rising star. Shannon Sharpe is soon to be, once he signs his multi-year contract with Fox Sports One. I feel like that's going to be real soon. He's going to be one of the top three analysts in sports entertainment. He's going to rank up there with the Stephen A. Smiths, the Skip Baylesses, and I think Jalen Rose, when his contract is up, he's going to get some big money as well. And it's Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, a lot of JJ Redick. A lot of these guys are, when their contract's up, they're going to get a huge payday from their networks. And that's the network saying, look, I'd rather pay a little bit more to keep these guys than to try to find the next JJ Redick, or to find the next Kendrick Perkins, or the next Jalen Rose, or the next Ryan Clark. Okay. You already know that these are proven winners. And that's another thing why I feel like Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp days, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith days are numbered, because, like I said, there are more talented sports analysts and sports commentators out there. It's an oversaturated market. Let's just face facts and face reality. It just simply is. You don't have to spend a lot to get these type of individuals. Fox Sports 1 has a slew of them. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on. Yo, okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Had some little technical difficulties there. All right. So where was I? Oh, yeah. So that's why I feel like now more than ever, the possibility of Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith coexisting together in one room and reuniting again to do First Take 2.0 is going to happen, but it's not going to happen on ESPN Watch. It's definitely not going to happen on Fox Sports 1 Watch. I really do think these guys are going to go rogue against their two former networks and do their own thing, do their own thing and have it set up on YouTube. And that's the popularity of YouTube. YouTube is now stronger than ever. Now, anyone can create a YouTube account and have a voice and have impact in sports entertainment. You don't have to have a big budget studio or, a big budget network to do what you want to do. These things can sort of coexist on YouTube. Now more than ever, the internet, social media is at an all-time high. And when you look at these two networks, it's an oversaturation effect where these networks are looking at each other going like, there's no need to outspend and overbid on a Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, because we got a collection of talent already on our roster that could easily take not take the place of these two big time guys, but do the show and they won't lose a beat when it comes to ratings. So that's why I say there's a strong possibility that these two guys can just play out their last remaining years on their contract and do their own thing. And I explained to you guys where Skip Bayless, the network Fox Sports 1, that, you know, I'm not saying that they're upset at Skip Bayless, but it's lukewarm. Let's just say it's lukewarm at this stage. And I just don't think when Skip Bayless' contract is up, Fox Sports 1 is going to say, here's our offer. We're not going to negotiate any higher. We're not going to overspend, because of the simple fact that ESPN wants to overspend. And I think, ESPN is going to look at it like, okay, well, there's no need to, we would love to have Skip Bayless back, but we kind of like to have him on our terms. And that same going to be said for Stephen A. Smith. So I do feel like these guys ultimately are going to want the twin powers activate and unite and form their own network on YouTube. I think YouTube, like I said, YouTube is, now more than ever, it's more popular than Fox Sports 1 and ESPN. If you don't want to take my word for it, ESPN has a YouTube channel. Fox Sports 1 has a YouTube channel. Now, there's a bunch of Fox Sports 1s and ESPNs that are not official. They're sort of created by other people, and they pretty much, all they do on those YouTube channels is record the goings on Undisputed and First Take, and then they plaster them on their channel. But now with YouTube, Stephen A. Smith is checking YouTube out, and he has his own YouTube channel. Skip Bayless has it. He just created his YouTube channel, the Skip Bayless Show, a couple of years ago. Yeah, Shannon Sharp always had a YouTube channel. So social media, creating your own YouTube channel or creating your own Facebook channel or Twitch channel is not a funny thing anymore. Here's a true statement no one knows about. Shannon Sharp, when he got let go of CBS Sports and he was bouncing around from network to network, had his own Twitch account where every Sunday he would talk about the games on Twitch. Had a huge popular audience, but it just goes to show that there's more than one way to skin than to skin a cat. You don't necessarily have to be signed to a major network to get your word out. Jamel Hill has a YouTube channel. So there's a lot of current and former analysts that have their own YouTube channel, and you get more from them. Okay, so that's the point I was making. So at this time, I like to take comments. No one is not necessarily commenting. So I'm just going to pretty much end the stream. Before I end the stream, I want to talk briefly about the future of Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. I think these guys are going to realistically think and say they have another viable option, which is going independent. I think both of these guys are still communicating. There's a reason why Stephen A. Smith created a YouTube channel. I mean, he just didn't randomly create one on the strength of whatever. I think these two guys have been communicating. I think these guys have been really communicating with each other, particularly when Skip Bayless had his issues with Shannon Sharp. That's when the communication line was intense. And I think these guys are going to backdoor their own networks. Pause. These guys are going to leave. Stephen A. Smith is going to leave ESPN, and Skip Bayless is going to leave Fox Sports 1, and they're going to go do their own thing. Back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, this would never been possible. A lot of big time celebrity sports announcers or personalities, they go to the big time networks because they want the studio, they want to get paid. They just think that's the only way to go to get your come up. Pause. But now more than ever, the advent of social media as well as the interweb, you don't have to necessarily be tied down to a network to be extremely popular. Even Joe Budden is proving that. Joe Budden has his own YouTube channel and he is flourishing doing his own thing. So there are several ways to skin a cat. You don't necessarily have to go with the big boys and go to Fox Sports 1 or ESPN. And I'll be honest with you, I say in another 10, 15 years, this is going to be the norm where any big time analyst or any big time talent, particularly in sports journalism, they're going to take this route. Best believe that. So that's all I got for today. I really do appreciate everyone that have trickled in and out. It doesn't matter if you trickled in for a couple of minutes or you trickled in for the whole duration of this live stream. Of course, when the live stream is up, you can watch the replay of it, the re-air of it. Comment in the comment section. That's your guys' domain. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. I'm up out of here, guys. Deuces.